Hi, welcome to this edition of Paulding County Today. I'm your host, Jody Martin, and we're waiting for Brent Womack. He's going to take us on a tour of the WMA, the Wildlife Management Area here in Paulding County. It's the green space preserved for wildlife, game, birds, hunting, hiking, all kinds of different things. I can hardly wait to see what today brings.
Welcome to the Paulding Forest Wildlife Management Area, or WMA. This 25,707 acre WMA's primary purpose is to support wildlife conservation in the state and allow public access to hunting, fishing, and other outdoor recreational activities at the bargain price of a WMA license or a Georgia Outdoor Recreational Pass, which ranges from $3.50 a day for a 3-day pass to $20 for a year. These areas are a great benefit to the state as a whole and the counties where they are located. WMAs are an economic engine that bring revenue to the area by drawing frequent visitation. Please join us in visiting the Paulding Forest.
My name is Brent Womack. I'm a biologist with the Georgia Department of Natural Resources Game Management Section and have oversight over Paulding Forest and Sheffield WMA, which is wildlife management areas, which are both located in Paulding County. So Paulding Forest and Sheffield are both wildlife management areas managed by the state Game Management Section for the primary objective of providing hunting and fishing opportunity for the citizens of Georgia. As such, they're managed a little differently than your statewide regulations, particularly related to deer hunting. There are different regs for Sheffield and Paulding Forest. Sheffield WMA is archery only for deer and is open for a series of dates that you can obtain by going to our website, www.georgiawildlife.com, and looking in the hunting regulations section. And then Paulding Forest has a segment of the season which is open for archery deer hunting, and then it has 2 separate 4-day firearms deer hunts. One is in October and is an adult child hunt where only the child may shoot. And then we have another hunt that's open in November to the general public. Anybody that wants to come can come, and they check in prior to hunting. And then if you kill a deer, then you come bring it back to the check station that's located on Highway 278 across from the airport. And we take data from the deer and tag it, and it does not go against your season limits. So if you want to find out more information about the dates and regulations for the Paulding Forest hunting opportunities, go to the same website mentioned for Sheffield. We maintain the dog training area here on Paulding Forest as an area to allow people to bring bird dogs and rabbit dogs out for training purposes. And it's open, the season runs generally from mid-August through the fall and winter, and then closes in early to mid-March. And it's just a good opportunity for people that need a little bit of space they may not have at their house to bring some birds out and train their dogs. We're standing on the banks of Raccoon Creek within the Paulding Forest WMA. and we're actually in between a railroad track and the Silver Comet Trail. It's a really nice creek that's been relatively untouched by development and other habitat alterations. It's all, the main thing that's garnered support for protection of land and of the creek itself here is the presence of 2 species of fish that are tracked by the federal government. There's an Etowah darter, which is federally listed as endangered, and a Cherokee darter, which is listed as threatened. And they both live in this creek and have thriving populations. And particularly what the habitat they need that is lacking in some other areas or creeks is this riffle habitat. That's where these fish live and reproduce in. Our management is always keeping in mind trying to protect this and increase the water quality whenever we can. Well, the darters and the riffles will eat larvae from aquatic insects, and those insects either attached or associated with this moss that grows on the rocks. And the moss needs the clean, clear water to live and grow on the rocks too. You see the little bit of this rock, little pebbles and leaf that are stuck to the bottom of that rock, or that there. Those are those aquatic insects. They build basically little houses out of that material, and so there's an insect inside of those little things, and if they come out, or there's a insect larva right there, that's what the darters are eating. They can forage up under the rocks, and when those insects come out, they'll get them. And there's a snail, and they also need that clean, cool water. So in total, there's been 42 different species of fish documented in Raccoon Creek. It's considered the highest quality stream in the Etowah River watershed south of the Allatoona Dam, and one of the top 3 in the whole watershed period. It's a really high quality stream. They can fish the entire creek, but particularly this stretch between the Silver Comet and the railroad is an area that we stock with trout during the spring and into early summer. We stop once the water gets too warm. So people that want to come down here and take part in the trout fishing that's available in Raccoon Creek, to be legal to do that, would just need to have a trout stamp and a fishing license, and then they would be good to go and come and enjoy it. It's a real unique fishery in that the best way to access it is by the Silver Comet Trail. This is a trailhead that starts off of the Silver Comet Trail, and it's just this little trail through the woods that pops out down at Raccoon Creek. And the easiest way to get to this point would be to come in from the Hanlon crossing of Silver Comet off of McPherson Church Road and bicycle in here. And it's about a 10-minute bicycle ride. I think it's around 3 miles, but it's a paved flat trail, so it's easy and enjoyable ride to get here. People can hike down and hike on the creek, or wade in the creek, or swim if they want to. That's all perfectly acceptable activities. There's no four-wheelers on the WMA, so no ATV use period. But people accessing it by foot from the Silver Comet or walking in one of the roads to get down here, that's what we want to see people do and enjoy it. So we're here now on the Howell tract at Sheffield Management Area. It's 1,000 acre, a little better tract that was recently added because of its location in the Raccoon Creek watershed, and also for the presence of good natural stands of mountain longleaf pine, which is considered a rare priority habitat by the state. And it's very fire dependent. It needs to be prescribed burned on a regular basis to maintain it as a system, and it's you know, characterized by spaced out longleaf pine, as well as occasionally mixed in hardwood oak trees or shortleaf pine, and open, you know, sunlight reaching the ground to where you have an abundance of shrubs and grasses and forbs that grow in that sunlight and are also dependent on the fire to regenerate and persist. They'll sit like that. They may sit that way for anywhere from a year or two to up to 20 years. And they make a taproot. And once the conditions they've gotten enough of a root, they'll start to shoot up like that. So they try to, that's kind of their mechanism for coping with the fire, is they shoot up several feet within a couple of years, and they're less likely to get burned off. Yeah, and that's part of the fire adaptation, because it's so dense right here. You know, even if it was to burn through here right now, those needles act as kind of an insulation, and they protect that top bud from getting too hot. And if you don't kill that top bud, you don't kill that tree. This really unique tract and very good thing to have protected, and a unique resource, another unique resource in Paulding County for the citizens to enjoy.
Oh man, I'm tired. We just got done scouring the WMA. It's a big place. A lot more information than I thought we would ever get. Well, if you're interested in hiking, fishing, hunting, please go to the website and find out all the wonderful things that are available to you to do. I hope you enjoyed this edition of Paulding County Today and you learned as much as we did. I'm Jody Martin, and we'll see you next time.